Maybe first, Paddy, what horses from the handicaps and other races we haven't mentioned tonight are on your radar?
I suppose going through the race we haven't mentioned, I suppose we brought up the 4-miler earlier on, but I'd really fancy Allegard in the 4-miler. I thought he's running behind Last Instalment, and First Lieutenant was outstanding form. He loved good ground. He jumps really well. He stays. He ticks every box for the 4-miler. I couldn't see him being too far away now. He'd be probably my nap of the meeting. Outside of that, the cross-country chase, I think a new story. He might be old, but he was travelling every bit as well as Scots Irish or Uncle Junior that the last day, and I think it was December meeting. He's 20-1. Like, his record there, he's won the race 2 years ago. He finished third in the race last year. I think Adrian Heskin dropped his whip that day, and if he hadn't dropped his whip, he probably would have been. He'd give it a fair shake, I'd say, again, you know. I don't think age really counts against horses too much in the race. Davy won it on Native Jack back in, I think it was 2006. He was a 12-year-old. He finished second on him 2 years later when he was a 14-year-old. Like, so he looks cracking value. Like, he's very hard to see out of the first four, like, at a fair price. A few of the handicaps just look like minefields. They look like there doesn't look to be anything really choked in as opposed to other years. So, I mean, Debbie 2 I'd put up, and the rest of them, like, it'd be guessing game. Like, there's very little between them. The handicapper for me looks to have it fairly right.
All right, thanks, Paddy. Anthony, you've already given us Vendor for the Fred Winter. Outside of that, in the rest of the races, in the handicaps in particular?
Get your pens out. I've got a lot of things to say here. I'll try and do it succinctly. Talking to Paul tonight, with the ground being a bit softer at Sandown, he's thinking of running Hinterland. This is what he's thinking at the moment as of tonight. It can change, but he's thinking of running Hinterland in the Imperial Cup on Saturday, and then keeping Ted Spread, who's currently the favourite for the Imperial Cup, not running Ted Spread there, waiting for the County Hurdle on the Friday with Ted Spread, because he thinks the ground will be quicker, and so obviously that's a big tip in itself. Okay. All right. Now, I also like, right, so go Henderson. I think probably his best handicap chance is Triolo Dalen in the novice handicap chase on the first day. He's still ahead of the handicapper, we think, and they didn't want to run him again because he was going to get out of the band, because it's a 0-140 handicap, and he got to 136 after winning at Ascot, and they put him away, said, right, we'll keep that handicap mark. I think he will run a big race. They're very happy with him.
That's in the Byrne Group Plate, yes?
No, the novice handicap. What do they call it now? 6-1. All right. Is that all? Yeah. Your man will give you a bit more than that.
We'll give you more of that. He has no chance. He's 8-1.
8-1. There you go.
Right. 8-1 Trio Dalen from Foil Sports there.
And then Kingy's best chance in a handicap's probably Hold On Julio. That's in the.
What about Vendor?
Oh yeah, we got him as well.
Sorry. Vendor.
Yeah, I've said Vendor, haven't I?
He's going to clean up, Tom.
He's going to have a good meeting. I hope.
Sounds like he should be. We should all be on him for the old trainer, should we? Old Kingy.
No, I think Willie Mullins will do that. And that was about me done. I just got an each way bet, big odds for the County Hurdle. I just think that Local Hero might be a little squeak at 33s, because that juvenile bunch from last year are so well handicapped, and he's only had the one run back since last year. He ran behind Simon Sigg in that Moor Battle Hurdle. Nice little, had a blowout. All those juveniles from the Triumph Hurdle last year are all well handicapped. I think that he's a bit of a squeak in the County Hurdle, lurking at 33-1.
Okay, it's the Gollings horse, Anthony, is it? All right, thank you. Willie, one of your own and one of someone else's, or two of your own?
Well, I'm not going to mention first days in case I put the knockers on. Champion Hurdle and the Mayor's Hurdle, but I think Boston Bob, wherever he goes, is probably the best of mine after that. One that has, in the handicaps, I didn't see an awful lot for me in them, but whatever chance I have, probably Gorgeous 60 has a little chance in
Fred Winter.
Fred Winter. Sergeant Gibbs might have a squeak in the
Pertemps?
Pertemps, that's right, and Final Approach in the Coral. They're sort of each-way prices, each-way horses, I think.
All right, we have Final Approach's owner, Douglas Taylor, in the audience tonight. You're very welcome, Douglas. Davy, you're the horse that you won't be riding, and maybe one of the horses you will be riding. One of each.
Sure. I suppose I would love to ride Sprinter Sacre without, you know, saying Hurricane Fly or whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
Stay away from the races, the big races we discussed. Is there anything that's caught your eye?
I ride a horse in the novice handicap for Ferdy Murphy, going wrong. I don't know anything about it.
The Tuesday?
Yeah, and just always be happy when Ferdy rings me for this meeting, regardless what he puts me on. And I'm going to give you one now, and I'd say she's 66 to 1 at the moment.
What race?
The OLBG Mares Hurdle, and her name is Shop DJ.
Well, she's about 14s, I think, Davy.
She's definitely not 14s anyway, because
30s on Betfair. It's a Boyle Sports
It's a Boyle Sports gig.
Boyle Sports gig.
I promise you now.
Shop DJ for Seamus Fahey, yeah?
For Peter. She won't be the favourite, no, but you know.
Right.
Whatever. But
maybe betting without Puddy.
Yeah, speaking of Shop DJ, we laid it during the week actually. We did, yeah.
What price was she?
We think we laid it at 25s.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually liked her myself. She bolted up in Punchtown last year. Dave, you rode her that, didn't you? And she's had a prep run now in Dundalk. Won a mile 2 maiden, I think, in Dundalk. Done it easy that day. She's definitely one with a right chance, because they look outside of Q Vega. It looks wide open outside of her as to what finished second to her. I wouldn't put anyone off backing her each way without. Yeah.
All right, thanks, Puddy. Tom, with all the short price favourites in the bigger races, you're probably going to be scrapping around the edges, aren't you? Now, without giving away too much, because obviously we want people to buy the Racing Post next week. Give us one for the night.
Well, I think John Joe's horses are coming good. He always brings a few forward for the festival. There's a horse I like called It's a Gimme. I don't know. I think it might run in the.
It's in 3 races.
It's in about 3 races, yeah. But I think that's going to run really well. Get Me Out of Here, I think, is a really good chance in the Coral Cup, despite his top weight. I think he's going to improve for the step up and trip. And Paudy's favourite horse, Citizenship, in the final race, the County Hurdle, had a word with Jessie Harrington about him the other day. She seemed to suggest he had more than a few pounds in hand. I think he'll run really well.
If it gets
just speaking of Citizenship, we have the £100,000 bonus to pay out if Citizenship wins. We put up a bonus for the Boyle Sports Hurl here back in January, so he stands to pick up £100,000 if he goes in Cheltenham. And same with Sarah Deschamps, we put up a £50,000 bonus for that novice chase. So we could have an expensive few days if the two of them go in.